not raising your hands, you're lying, because we all have, okay?
So how can we be effective leaders? First of all, we have to help our teams attain their own goals, not our goals for them. Provide the tools for your team to succeed, but don't do everything for them. Know that it is more than a paycheck. Find the joy in your journey, and know your purpose in building a team.
Okay, so you guys all got this worksheet here. I have a very, very good friend. Her name is Jen Powers. She actually came up with the concept of this worksheet, and I didn't click the clicker so you guys can't see the worksheet. And I kind of tweaked it a little bit to incorporate the SMART goals. So, funny story behind SMART goals. Some of my team is here, and some of them attend my regional trainings, and this was up on, if you guys attend regional trainings, the SMART goals thing was part of our first regional training PowerPoint. Well, I had no idea it was an acronym, so I just stood up and I was like, yeah, set SMART goals, just be smart about them. That's all I need. And someone in the audience was like, no, actually, I think it's an acronym. So I know this acronym now, and we want to set specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely goals. I need to take my notes out because I can't talk without them. Okay, so setting specific goals allows you to check off those boxes, right? If you're type A like me, we have to check off every single thing. So setting very specific goals for yourself and not just saying, oh, well, I might, do 10 parties, I might do 20 parties this month. We'll just, see how the month goes and go from there. You need to make it very specific. Measurable, something that can be reported. So if you can run a report for it in your virtual office, if you can keep count of how many, parties is a great example, how many parties, how many sets sold, how many stylists you enroll, all of those things are measurable and are on this worksheet as well, so you can cross them off. Attainable, if you're selling $500 a month, you don't want to make your August monthly goal $2,000, right? Because it's not exactly attainable. I mean, it is attainable, but you want to set small, very, very attainable goals to keep yourself motivated and focused towards those baby steps in order to reach your larger goal. Realistic, this is very important as well. You have to kind of think about your lifestyle in this one. What do you have time for? What do you have a plan for? And make a realistic set of steps to get to that larger goal. And then timely, you want to set a time limit for everything. You don't want to say, oh, I might sell 20 sets in 3 weeks, I might do it in 2 weeks. You want to set a very specific timeline, which is why with my team, these worksheets are for the month. So on the right-hand side, it's my monthly PV goal, my monthly party goal, my monthly rank goal, and that way, at the end of every month, you've either accomplished the goals that you set or you have it, and then it starts over. So you want to set some sort of timeline for these goals.
Okay, and I don't know if Jessica said it, but if you didn't get one of those pages, you can get one on the way out the door. She has a copy for everybody to take with them. So I like to do what's called mapping. Have you guys ever seen the mapping for the Team Freedom mapping? Yes. Some of you are probably on Team Freedom. So they gave me permission to share this with the entire home office, and this will actually be something that's in your back office so that you can utilize it. It's pretty self-explanatory when you look at it. Honestly, mapping is going to be something that you probably need a whole training for. So I won't get into the specifics of it, but the maps are amazing for helping your stylist on your team be able to map their next promotion and actually see it written down on paper, what they need to do to get to where they're going. It's good for visual people. I am actually a very visual person. For me, when I'm in the back office and I'm looking at the graphical tree view, I'm not the type of person, I can't look at that and understand it until I actually map it out myself and write it out myself. So this is good for the people on your team who are visual people, and it's great to have a plan. This way you know exactly where you're going. At the beginning of the month, I will message my team members or post on the team wall and ask who needs help mapping their next promotion. And then I will sit down with them and I'll map them out, I'll take a photo, and I'll voice message them. And that's the easiest, fastest way for me. But that gives them a goal to work towards, that way that they can map out their next promotions. And it makes the goal seem more attainable. And just looking at it, you can look at that and say, okay, director might be a really hard, it sounds like it's a lot harder on paper, but when you actually see it on a map and you're like, okay, this person needs to bonus qualify, this person needs to bonus qualify, I need this person to be a team leader, when it's sitting right there in front of you and you can actually see it, it's actually a lot easier and a lot more attainable to have your goals and meet them. So definitely utilize the VO, and you're going to want to utilize, especially when you're mapping, of course. You're going to want to know your numbers month to month, know where you ended last month, know where you're trying to get to this month. This is a photo of what the back office looks like so that you can go through the different kind of reports, really get to know them. If you're not using back office reports right now for your team, then I definitely suggest going through, and again, that's a whole other class in itself, but going through and figuring out what you need to, what numbers you need to pull. Who's promoting this month? Who's promoting next month? And of course, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So plan. Plan for your next promotion, plan for your team's next promotion, plan for your incentives, plan for anything that you could possibly want to report for in the back office is there. You just have to figure it out and find out how to pull up that report.
All right, so thank you for that information so far, guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about partnership versus management. So, on the next slide.
I'm doing my job right now.
So, you guys love the graphic? Because when we were making this, I didn't realize it was a graphic, and I thought it was just the one lady standing there. And I was like, why are we talking about partnership versus management? And someone's standing there by themselves. It's okay, though. So, the first thing you want to keep in mind is that you are in this together. This is a team effort. Can we be successful on our own individually? Well, you could say no, but if someone wants to come in and they just want to sell, can they just sell? Yeah, you can make a lot of money just selling. You might have to just sell $10,000 in a month, or maybe just sell $8,000 in a month. I've done that. Or you can sell $300 in a month and make $75. This is your business individually, correct? So, as a team though, we are in this together and we need to be building each other up and helping each other get to those new levels, those new ranks. This isn't a competition. This is a group effort. So, one of the ways that you can do that is by creating authentic relationships that are free of expectation. If somebody tells you, I'm in this just to sell, you need to give them an opportunity just to sell. Okay? You can still provide tools, you can still provide ideas, you can give them all the resources in the world, but if someone is in this just to sell and they're not going to build a team, don't force them to build a team. Now, one of the secrets here, and I mentioned it yesterday, is I was only in it to sell. But I started looking at the resources around me, and I mentioned yesterday, for those of you that were in the team leader meeting, I'll repeat it now. When I signed up, we weren't even sure if this was a real company. We didn't know if it was legit. I filled out, pretty sure, a Google form to sign up. So when I'm filling this out and I'm putting my credit card number in a Google form and thinking, whew, I hope this is real, we didn't have any resources, right? And I'm still up here, okay? Because I had a fantastic upline, I had fantastic people around me, I had people that I suddenly had friendships with, and we shared our ideas, and all of a sudden things started to click. And I thought, I can make this successful. And again, I was only gonna sell, and I'll tell you what, I sold the crap out of those nails for the first 6 weeks in the business, and I sold $4,000 as a brand new stylist. You can do it, right? And then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, all these other people have teams. And I think they might be making more money than me. And I'm competitive. So I'm gonna build a team, dang it. And I'm gonna find people that wanna join me, and then I'm gonna work with those people, and I'm gonna keep sharing my ideas. And I had this fantastic VIP group, which is kind of becoming obsolete, the word VIP. Facebook likes you to call them a customer group or things like that. That's a whole other class. But I like that when I first came into it, I was just gonna sell, and so people let me do my thing. But they still continue to give me ideas, they still continue to give me resources, they still continue to give me the things that I needed, and the spark came. So you need to get personal. You need to know those people that you're working with. If you just message somebody on the last day of the month, hey, you gonna bonus qualify this month? They're probably thinking, it's probably more benefit to you than it is to me, right? If you message them the first day of the month and say, hey, I noticed, not the first day, let's say the second or third day, because the first day we're all recovering. Second or third day, and you've taken a minute to go look at their Facebook, and you've taken a minute to look at how they did last month, and you've taken a minute to do the different things and learn something about them, and you send a message and say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for such and such and such, right? Then they're gonna say, oh my gosh, she might actually care about me. And here's the secret, guys. You really should care about them. Don't make it fake. You have to be real, you have to be authentic. And maybe people don't always like me for that, because I'm real and I'm authentic and I'm gonna say it how it is. But I really, truly have a desire to love and to get to know and to have a relationship with everybody in my team, whether they are 15 levels down or they're on my front line. I wanna have a relationship with my stylist. Last one, I just have to look and remind, is evolving. And I learned about evolving from Cody Bills, who's in the room. It's a little nerve-wracking when you're sharing something you got from somebody else. Because I've gone through the fluctuations, whether you're in here as a brand new stylist, or you've been here for a year and you're still trying to get to senior stylist, or you've been here for a year and you're about to hit executive, no matter what level you're on, things are gonna change in your teams. I am in a situation right now where I have a husband who travels all the time. I have 5 kids. You guys, that's insanity. The 5 kids and the fact that my husband travels all the time, both. So, my team and my business has had to evolve. It's not falling apart. That's the word I used to use. My team is falling apart, you guys. I'm falling apart. I used to sell $8,000 a month and I only did $1,500. Somebody kill me, right? I'm not looking in the right perspective because my life is evolving, my life is changing. And you need to evolve together with your team. That's the nature of this business. And if you don't realize that, your team is going to fall apart. You need to have the right frame of mind that things are gonna evolve, things are gonna change. If you've gotten personal and you know things about your stylist, you're gonna know that she just had a hysterectomy and she's struggling to recover. That's why she's not bonus qualified. Not because she doesn't like you or because she's trying to keep you from getting your next rank promotion. There's a few men in here, and hail to the men that deal with us. My husband travels for a reason, guys. Just kidding, he really loves me. 18 years yesterday. But if you are getting to know your stylist, you're going to evolve together and you're gonna be able to work through those changes and the things that happen, and it's not gonna be falling apart. It's gonna be changing and becoming something more. Please make it personal, you guys. We're women, we're emotional. We cry on the stage. We drink Diet Pepsi because it keeps us alive. And this is a cup, it's a glitter cup.